going on, everybody? You are checked in with the freshest crew. This is the All Points Podcast. What it do? My name is Kyle, a.k.a. Three Fingers.
It's Jonathan the Great.
It's Midwest.
A2, a.k.a. Silently Sam.
And welcome to another edition of the All Points Podcast, Season 5. And we got our very first guest of Season 5 on the show. Mm-hmm. You may have been seeing him or have been, that wasn't a correct, grammarly correct sentence. You may have heard him around the many clubs of Wichita, Kansas, downtown.
Yeah.
Spinning on the ones and twos. You may have also heard him in a couple of strip clubs. Correct? Yeah. And then he gets busy, right? Give it up for DJ FroztByte.
What's good?
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, all right.
What do you do?
Nice to be here, man.
Really? Did you enjoy the hors d'oeuvres we left for you in the green room?
Oh yeah, you know the bacon wrapped shrimp and all that.
Yeah,
they were amazing.
Yeah,
that wasn't bacon.
Did you get your free massage?
I didn't get that yet.
All right,
get your compliment. I can't even say it.
You like rubbing off on you?
Yeah. Bottle of champagne.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't want to drink the champagne yet because I didn't want to get too tipsy on the
That's yours. That's yours.
And also, I didn't get the masseuse yet. I'm glad that you got, a nice, Taiwanese masseuse.
Yeah.
I think that's how you say it.
We spared no expense.
Don't worry about getting a little tipsy on the show because I'm completely wasted right now.
Did you slap the booty before you came in like the Apollo? They got the little wood thing. You rub it for good luck.
You know what I should have? I should have did like the Blarney Stone, which apparently you're not supposed to do because people pee on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well.
But kiss the Blarney Stone.
Yeah. You're not supposed to kiss the Blarney Stone.
Nope.
Because apparently people pee on it.
So I don't even know what that is.
It's a Irish thing.
You uncultured swine.
It's like how Seattle has like the gum wall.
Yeah.
Which I actually, if you're a wrestling fan, you know that it's a guy named Darby Allin who actually licked that before, and it was on Ridiculousness.
And I bet that's how we got COVID.
Yep.
I've seen somebody pick one off and chew it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Top that.
That's gross.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna kick it off with a question.
Oh, he just going straight into it. Okay.
Yeah, man. I'm always intrigued on like how people come up with their stage names or whatever name in their profession. So, being that this is my first time meeting you, your name is FroztByte. Just curious on how you got the name and like where does it come from? The meaning behind it.
Good question. Good question.
I do actually get that.
You over here patting his own back.
So, originally, before I got FroztByte, when I first started DJing, I went by DJ Shadow. And
you got sued?
No,
Hella got sued.
Right.
Cease and desist.
So when I started DJing, I was DJing in Garden City, Kansas. I'm not from there.
Shout out to Garden City.
No shout out to Garden
That's
City.
for all the wild women. Ripping and tearing.
That's where a lot of stuff is. But everybody would ask me like, "Oh, are you DJ Shadow because you're black?"
All the wild women.
God. Stay classy.
Right. We love Garden City.
So I'm originally from Chicago, born and raised.
What side?
South side.
All right.
That's cool.
If it was West Side, we'd have had a problem.
South side, I'm Sox fan, Bulls fan, not a Bears fan. Go Broncos.
That's what's up.
Love Blackhawks too. That's the dynasty. But
That was what it's H, right?
what?
You said
Blackhawks.
Okay. Gotcha.
The
Hey, I gotta clear it up here.
The hockey team.
There we go. That's right.
But so Chicago is known as the Windy City. It's one of the coldest places, in I guess North America or just the United States.
Next to my ex-girlfriend's heart.
Hey.
But so I was like, well, I was talking about how it's colder by the lakefront and stuff like that. But like, why not call myself FroztByte? But I'm also, at the time I was big into like computers and stuff like that. And if anybody plays certain like video games and stuff, there's an engine called FroztByte, but they spell it a different way. So I spelled it FroztByte.
Oh, so thanks for the spelling. I spelled that all the way wrong.
I get so that's actually funny too because my actual government name, everybody always messes up first name and last name. So it's like You know what? It is fitting to have a DJ name that nobody can fucking spell right.
All right.
Just confusing them all around
Literally.
the board.
It is like it's so my thing was like it's kind of staying true to like the old like DJ thing or like the old like 90s like 80s 90s rap style too of like you never spell anything
Exactly how
like,
yeah.
it's a Z instead of an S, it's
Yep.
a Q instead of like a P or whatever.
It's like
You know,
caution.
It's kind of like Kanye's
K-A-W.
new documentary, Genius, how he spells it.
You just remind me. Can we go off a different way in this? 'Cause I
Sure.
usually got Kanye hate to get off here,
Oh
like
my
literally almost every
Go
episode.
for it.
All right, I
Kanye.
realize where Kanye got gassed up and everything, where it really hit him on his genius shit and everything. I was listening to the Black Album the other day, and I was listening to Lucifer.
Yeah.
What? Kanye's you a genius? Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
I
like,
mean-
please believe it. And then Kanye was like, I will believe it, Hov. I will.
Hey,
and
that's
then he
what you
kept
gotta
running
do.
with it. That's how it happened.
Mhm.
So yeah. Go ahead. I had to get that out of there.
No, you're good. But yeah,
I hate Kanye. I can't help it.
I'm mixed with Kanye. It's with the music, depending on what album, I'm fine with it. But then him with just the
Yep.
craziness
Mhm.
is just like,
Yep.
why?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
But that's
like,
why
just,
you love Kanye, though.
I
It's
love
just-
him. I love him for his music.
Mhm.
Like, but like I said, it depends on that because, like, I think that Yeezus album I could probably do without.
Mhm.
But like, give me 808s Heartbreaks, give me My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy,
Mhm.
like, give me those.
Mhm.
But Yay and Yeezus and all, like, I don't need black skinhead in my life. Like,
Right.
over here, I don't need a whole gospel album, all this stuff. I'm just like, just rap. That I do haven't listened to the whole Kids See Ghosts thing. I know a lot of people say it's good. I'm not. I think the only song I actually do like off that is the Fourth Dimension song.
I mean, that's just the thing is that, you know, you gotta be able to see his true genius before you can really appreciate his music. Now,
trolling.
He's like an onion, man. He got layers, dog. He got layers.
I just think it's the side we seeing. I think that's just the ego that we seeing.
oh yeah, that's
But
the
it's just funny how he puts out the gospel direct, going in that direction. But like his personal life, his life that he's showing us is going in the opposite direction.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
cussing. He's just
Yep.
being with different women,
Knocking niggas
every-
out. You
wild
know.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I mean that's true to a lot of like very big Christian people. It's they do one thing in the church,
Right.
and then outside it's completely different.
You know,
Yeah.
drink champs, smoking weed, and drinking.
They cheating on their wives when they got like
Right.
3 kids.
Yeah.
They're doing all this craziness. So I mean,
Crazy.
it checks every box for
Yeah.
that stuff. But I don't know. Like if I wish Kanye would just like if he needs whatever help or whatever it is, just get the
get it.
help and just go
Yeah.
back to doing the
Yep.
like. I do miss like the old like the graduation
Yeah.
Kanye
Yeah.
where like it's bangers every single one. Like
Right.
every single song is a banger.
True.
Even the drunken hot girls. I'm like that is a banger.
Let me ask you,
but it was nice.
okay. How old are you?
27.
Okay, so
About
you was in
20.
that age range. Like there's this one dude on YouTube, FD Signifier, and he was talking about the biggest reason why a lot of people don't like Kanye now is because like growing up, he was like that bridge between kind of like
He was the
if you
nerd.
was yeah, it was like it's that whole thing of like, you know, you got basketball niggas and Dragon Ball niggas. And he was like that bridge between the two of them.
Yeah.
And so then like people who came up was like, oh, I ain't gotta be like a fucking 50 Cent. I can be like a Kanye and whatnot.
Well, see,
But
but
then-
then with that, and I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
but
you
it's
good.
like, you know, we had Kanye, then he ended up bringing Lupe Fiasco
Yep.
in, and then Lupe was my guy.
Yep.
And he still is, you know, because
Yep.
he was like, you know, talking about Street Fighter 2 and Blanca
Mm-hmm.
and you know, Goyard when nobody knew what the hell Goyard was.
You think he legit beat Daigo?
Yes.
Nah, he didn't do it.
I think-
Get staged.
But that's funny though. On Drink Champs, like he had a revelation that he was never really a backpacker. He just used
What
that to
Kanye?
launch his music career because he's like at heart he's really a street dude. He likes all the street music, all the
Yeah.
street rappers,
I
and
ain't,
a lot of his entourage was in the streets.
I ain't like that.
I don't believe that
I don't
though.
believe that, man.
You don't
Like
believe
you
that?
see like old
you-
videos
when-
of him and like he was in his element. He was happy. He was like I think he became a street dude when his mama died, and that was
Yeah.
like
when you using a Daft Punk sample,
Yeah, that's a deep.
Like
no one in
got-
hip hop's doing that.
How many street niggas do you know
Yeah.
is playing Daft Punk or
Exactly.
like
I
techno
mean,
stuff?
we got Bobby Schmurder out here twerking and
Hey, this is Bobby Sherman out of the jail.
He's a street-
He was a street nigga before he got in. Now he's changed.
He went from a street nigga to a sweet nigga.
It's only like a few people that I know who use like techno beats. It was Wiz Khalifa using that "Better Off Alone" beat.
Yep.
And then I found out recently that Duro used the "A Touch of Class," that la 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 la. I'm on around the world. Like that's about it. And there was nobody. I think probably like the only other person is probably like Flow Rider or something. And you can't even consider him.
No, it's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah.
He
raps
just
happy.
mentioning something like when you talking about that touch of class, la la la. Song. I didn't know the name of that person who made the song and everything.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of a testament to how you're a DJ. You can identify that shit like that.
Yeah.
So like, what really got you into DJing
Yeah.
anyway?
And how long you been doing it?
So I've been doing it almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years in April this year.
That's
started
cute.
when
Hey, that's
I started. I was 25. The reason I got into it, and I said this on another podcast, but
But
I'll
did-
kind of
no,
backtrack. Well, no,
Yeah,
I
this
can
ain't
go-
his first podcast. Petty Murphy got to him first.
well, I can go more into detail on here, but I'll backtrack a little bit. I kind of never thought I had like an artistic like output with a lot of things. My parents weren't really like letting me. I don't want to blame my parents for it, but it's like
No, you can blame your parents. This is a safe space. They can't hurt
all I
you
can
anymore.
my brother was the one that was more artistic. You know, he could draw. He wanted to be an architect. All this stuff. Blah blah blah. With me, from like my parents, it was like they instilled to me like get a job, get a good paying job.
Mhm.
You know, that's what you're supposed to do. You know, provide. And I was doing that for a long time. You know, I did a lot of warehouse factory jobs since I was like 19. My first actual job was like working at UPS as an unloader. And
He said, "These hands, nigga. These hands."
but what got me into DJing was when I was in Garden City. It was a guy who
It was the wild women.
no, it was this guy who owned this bar, and he was like, "Hey, you know, it was another DJ that local DJ. He was charging too much, and he wasn't promoting and all this stuff. He wanted to find somebody and just pay him like $100, you know, a week, whatever." And I was like, "Shit, I'll do it." And at the time, I had no gear. I was literally like, I was Spotify DJing for like a few weeks,
Hey.
like a few weeks to like a month. Then end up getting my first controller. It was a DDJ 200. Like you can go on YouTube, whatever, right now, and like every single review was like, "Oh, you know, this thing is it's nice. You know, I feel like I could give this to my kid, and you know, they won't break it, and it's a blah blah blah." It's literally like the most standard,
It is.
basic thing.
Baby's first.
It gets the
Controller.
job done.
It's that
Yeah.
Nokia. but-
Yeah, it's not the size of the machine; it's how you work it.
It's literally like the Nokia brick phone of like DJ equipment. But yeah, I had that. I had that at the time because this is like my first iPhone I've had ever. The iPhone 5S, because I tried to get I tried to use a Chromebook, then found out, oh, this iOS is garbage and you can't, you know, download any type of
Yeah.
DJ software.
It's only
So
good for porn. Nah, I
You know, we're skipping over it.
but end up using this iPhone to, you know, with the controller, because it had a mini Bluetooth into it with the DJ software that I use. I was DJing off that. Plus the software that I used at the time, you could use Spotify, so you could actually DJ with the music on there. So like that was cool. Ended up buying a little like crappy $200 HP laptop just to have something.
All right.
That's how I got into it. I did my first DJ battle like a few months after that, which I knew I wasn't gonna win
Yeah.
because I'm like, I'm just starting out. I'm a few months in, going against 3 guys with, you know, DJ 1000 SRTs, 2 MacBooks, all this stuff.
Oh
I was like,
man, you came in with the little toy, and they came.
I,
With the
I
heavy
came
hitter.
in. I came in with everything in my book bag. These dudes came in like, okay, I gotta pop the trunk.
Yeah.
you know, grab my case,
Gotta-
grab the speakers.
Gotta wheel this in. Like,
Yeah.
two
But I
different
bet you was
jobs.
the
Yeah.
first one out that motherfucker.
No, I was-
Everyone else had to wait.
How'd you do on that first night though? Like, how was the crowd reaction, all that shit?
It was cool because like it was just me just playing music. I didn't really get the whole like, oh, how do I transition?
Oh,
How
okay.
do I get all this stuff?
So it's
like
like song to song, and then
Yeah.
okay.
And then like probably like after like my year one or whatever, I actually got into like, okay, how is this supposed to go into this? And how like
Mhm.
actually, learning how to do things in key. Like I didn't have anyone to show me how to DJ. I was literally like on YouTube being like, okay, who knows what to do?
Self-sufficient.
Yeah.
I was, and I'm glad that I looked up the people who I did, because it was DJ Carlo Antonito, who was like from the Philippines. He's a one-time or two-time DMC, battle DJ champion, pre-owned Joni, crossfader, digital DJ tips and all that stuff. Who they showed you how to do the proper
All the
things.
stuff you just said, I watch all of them.
Hey, this ain't about you, dog. This is about DJ FroztByte.
But it's like,
Sorry.
it wasn't just
My bad, Eugene.
but it wasn't just the whole, oh, if you want to be a DJ, you got to spend, $3,000 on, turntables and, this super big ass mixer, or if you're going to get a controller, you got to spend $2,000 on this. Like, it was, if you want to learn how to DJ, here are the basics, here's the intermediate and the advanced stuff, which I feel like I'm in my basic to intermediate, because there's still a lot of stuff I need to learn. Like, I do want to stay true to DJ culture of like learning how to scratch and turntables and all like that. But I want to go outside of stuff like that too. I want to go into like making my own music, because, and this is something I actually want to talk about on here, of how, as you can see, we're all black in here. And
I know, right? Oh God, no.
But, and Kyle, I'm pretty sure you can say this too, that when people see me or even you at a club or a bar, they just automatically think, oh, he plays rap music. And that's
You got that new little dookie? It's been out for like 2 days. I know you have it. Like the most ghettoest rap.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
like the first time I ever did Peerless, before all that crap happened. I had this guy who was like, oh yeah, I'm a DJ too. My DJ name is blah blah blah. He gave me a shout out. I'm like, all right, whatever, I don't care. Then he comes back and asked me to play a song for his request. I was like, all right, what song? And it was that song Peaches, whatever, by Justin Bieber. I was like,
He was just playing that before you showed up.
And I was like, well, I haven't heard it and I don't have it, because I listen to a lot of stuff, but I was like, I listen to everything, but I'm like, I don't listen to Justin Bieber like that. And like, it's not a bad song. I just didn't have it. I hadn't heard it yet.
Right.
And he just like, oh, it's the #1 song on Spotify right now. I'm like, cool. Go listen to it in your car. I don't give a shit. I don't have it. I can't download it right now. And even if I could download it right now, I'm still not going to.
Right.
And I'm just like, it's like him and his boys just like looking at each other. They're looking back at me. I'm just like, sorry, I can't.
And this is coming from a DJ who says he's a DJ trying to request a song.
Yeah.
He should know how
Yeah,
annoying that
He
is.
should know how it works.
He wanted a shout out to make himself look cool. And I'm just like, whatever. And then I asked for a request with the shout out, and I'm just like, I had to do it a lot now. And I ended up leaving, and I was like, my night went better from there.
Yeah.
I think you should. If it's somebody who's like that persistent, you be like, all right, shout out to Woot, and then play some like, I don't know, fucking
Play some death metal.
he requested some like anime shit. Yeah, that dude right
Play
there.
that,
He's the one.
Play that beat, Beware of the Boys by Punjabi MC.
I mean, that actually might work.
That song does really.
I'm just saying.
No, so I'm not gonna say I discovered you, because I didn't discover you. You was already established. But I found out about you, I guess, one day at an open mic night at Barleycorns. And, because Sam was up there rapping, doing some music, hippity hop, and he was up there DJing beforehand. And I thought he was just, the normal DJ that just like was opening up the show. I didn't know he was actually performing during open mic night. And I knew he was different when the starting song he did was Keys and Crates, Keep It 100. Nobody in Wichita that I know plays Keys and Crates besides Jonathan and I. So I was like, okay, he has my attention now.
Can I tell you where I found that song?
Yeah.
From? It was on an episode of Letterkenny.
I don't think I see.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that one. Yeah,
You guys don't know what Letterkenny is?
Letterkenny is it's a Canadian show.
These
It's like
uncultured swine.
it's like it's kind of like from one of my friends. He said it's kind of like Trailer Park Boys. It depends on how much you like Trailer Park Boys, whatever.
I know about it, but I never watched it.
But it's very funny.
That makes
to
sense.
me, it's
though.
funny.
The Canadian connection that they have. Yeah,
Yeah.
But
Well,
they
like-
play like a lot of different like music and stuff. You would think it's just like all country, but no, because the entire show is like different like I guess not societal groups, but like different like groups of people. Because like the Hicks who are like the country people. It's the hockey players who they act like kind of like surfer bros, but then like football players. It's the like the druggies. I can't think of what they call themselves. And then it's the natives who are just like the Indians or whatever who lives on
Whoa.
reservations.
Okay, Frostbite. There's one thing that we do not allow here.
Come on
right?
now.
It's 2022.
we don't make fun of the
Call them
Indians.
engines.
As someone who
fucking
the
knew it.
Jews, as someone who is part Native American, I can say that.
I apologize.
My bad. Sorry. Let me pick up this track real quick. He rolls with the punches. I like it. But yeah, man, he was playing keys and crates, and then afterwards, I was acting like that big
groupie?
timer. No, I wasn't acting like a groupie.
Mhm.
I had my little
You want
cup
him
of
to sign
water.
titty?
No,
Yeah.
He sat there with his like,
with my
Man,
cup of water, I was
man.
like I was scouting, like I was like some big name DJ,
Some A&R or some shit.
scouting. And I was like, I like what you do, kid.
I was like, man,
we should do something together. It was literally kind of like they was just like, man, I like how you use that keys and crates. Because I started off with Don Tolliver After Party, and then I transitioned it into Keep It 100.
Yeah.
And then after that, I mixed it with All Time Lows that I can't remember the name of the song. Right now.
Yeah. We know the song though.
So he was in there like he was a
I was sitting there with my little. I had my work clothes on, so I was looking all like somewhat professional. I was just there supporting Sam, but yeah. And then afterwards, I said that was a good set. So
Wait, that's usually my style.
Yeah.
I consider myself open format, I guess, because I try to play different stuff. I'm not just trying to play all rap.
Yeah.
You know, I know at certain times where I kind of have to, but I like to find like different ways. Like I'll find like a rap song, but it's like a deep house remix or a techno remix or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, because it gets stale at a point where you just hear the same stuff. It's like, how can I freshen this up? Like, I have a mix recently that I used. I Like It by Cardi B, whatever. But it's like a techno remix of it, and it sounds way better than the original.
The fuck?
come on, man.
My bad.
But yeah, because it's a lot of like new music that I don't really like. I'm still used to like the 90s and 2000s stuff.
Yeah.
Because like even like some parts of like 2010s. Because like I think after like 2015 or something is like the cutoff of like good actual like good music.
That's
where you
funny. Yeah, I
you
was
can
thinking about
actually
that.
understand what people are saying. Where
Said
now
the-
just like
Said sort of the same thing here. Yeah.
because that's when I got into a lot more J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar and A$AP Rocky. I'm a huge fan of Tyler the Creator, and his style is just expanded even until now. But it's just like I listen to all these different guys, and then I got into Joey Badass, who I still can't believe is younger than me.
Wait,
But, yeah, he's
shit, I didn't even know that.
25, I think.
Wait, for real?
Yeah. He's younger than I am.
Just
He's
some
like
old niggas, man.
He's like
I
2
just-
years younger than me.
I just
like,
couldn't keep up.
But it's like actually listen to people who can actually flow and rap and rhyme and actually talk about something and not just cars, clothes, hoes, money.
I mean, we can still talk about car, clothes, hoes, and money.
Yeah.
But,
As long as you're making money, right?
And I know Tyler, he always talks about like a new whatever car he has, whatever like.
because he don't got no hoes.
You know.
Jaden Smith broke his heart.
Oh gosh.
That's hoser named Sam.
Oh God.
Uh,
But yeah, that's nice. Like, honestly, just the whole that gave me some indication when you was talking about Kanye, because you was like up until like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, then nothing after that was cool. I'm assuming because like I don't know what you think about like Pablo.
Pablo, I like certain songs on, but I could have done without the skits.
Okay.
Like that's the thing. Like I get what he was trying to do because he did that with Late Registration and College Dropout. He had skits, but it was just like random talking. Like I get why he did the one with Max B with the like wavy thing.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that
But
was
it
a
was like
shock.
if you're gonna make an album, just put the songs on it. Like it was certain songs I could have did without, but
Yeah.
like 30 Hours was good. Facts, not the one that was on that album, but it was a different version.
The one he originally came out with.
Yeah, the original one was better. No More Parties in LA. That track,
I heard that was it.
That track kills. Like him and Kendrick can't do wrong.
Wait, what'd you say?
You like it because Kendrick's on it?
I'm a fan of Kendrick.
Yeah.
No, you was talking to me, yeah.
I had a theory like earlier this week. I was like, most people are biased. Like, why do you like a song? Do you think you like it just because it's the artist? Because I was like, let's just say for like, how Jimmy Kimmel would be trolling with like kids and people. He'll make up something that isn't real and people believe it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's say for 2 hours, let's just say you take who's an artist you don't like?
That don't like
Yeah.
Kanye.
Okay, let's say you take Kanye and have him demo a song, send it to J. Cole, and have J. Cole re-record the demo, and then you have J. Cole put out the song, or you have Kanye do the song. You have Kanye rap the song. You're like, oh, I hate this song, but then it was like,
It turns out
it's actually J. Cole's song. Let's put out J. Cole's version from start to finish on how he recorded it.
That
And they're like, oh, I like it now.
that might work.
That was kind of pops, like what Drake made pop style, and then you heard the original.
Oh yeah,
It
with
was
the visual, he did it with the visual.
But like when you heard when it was just him, and then you heard like the 10 seconds of Jay-Z and then Kanye, I'm just like, yeah, it was better with Kanye, because just him, it wasn't that good. It didn't have that big impact.
Yeah.
But then we heard Kanye just going off on it. It was like, yeah, this is better.
Yeah, that's the whole thing about like I say it all the time when it comes up to Kanye. It's like the whole like concept of like death of the artist. Like I don't care about like Kanye's person, but like up to a certain point, I like his music. I like what he puts out, but it's just kind of like I just the manner or the shit that Kanye does just puts me off to listening to anything that he does.
It's Kanye.
Because then it's not even that. It's not even that too. It's just more the fact that like everything that he like all the stuff that he gets into, it's more of just like if I'm listening to his music in a way, I'm still supporting Kanye, and it's almost like condoning the shit that he does.
I don't think that's too deep.
It's
I
trying
think about stuff like
trying to separate the music from the persona.
Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
You go to McDonald's, you go to Burger King and order a burger. The nigga that made your burger could just be like, he could be like a domestic violence person who just beats his girl. You bought the burger that he made, but if you don't condone. Are you condoning it because you bought the burger?
I don't know what he did.
Let's say he was recording himself and you saw the video. He's like, man, I'll be making the best burgers with my
It's just
hands.
like the R. Kelly
Awesome.
situation. It's like, okay, he made great music and all this, and then he does something later on that people find out about. But does that take away his art? Just look at the art.
I'm not saying that it's taking away his art. I'm saying it's like I'm not going to at a certain point. I'm not going to have some tension. Like for example, if you're watching some like YouTube video. Every time that you watch a video, it'll play an ad, or if you got premium, and all that, you're already contributing in some way.
But Kanye is
I'm
already a billionaire and already established.
That's
so
fine.
you
But
listening to streaming one album, you're not putting that much money in his pocket.
But it's my own principle there because I'm like I don't want to like if like say I'll say my favorite Kanye album is probably I'm old school, so College Dropout, right? Now, if I want to hear College Dropout, I probably would like go on YouTube, some other no-name channel or something like that. Because like at a point where it's just like I just don't like Kanye. I don't like what he does. I don't like his I like his influence on the industry, but I don't like Kanye. So I don't want to have any kind of like support.
That's
for him.
actual conversation with a lot. Like you brought up the R. Kelly thing, and it's like that's an actual conversation a lot of people have. Is like, if you listen to that person's music, are you contributing or like confirming that you're okay with what they did, whatever?
Yeah.
And I definitely understand that because Kanye does a lot of crazy shit.
Yep.
The R. Kelly thing, crazy,
Yeah.
and then even with like the whole Bill Cosby thing is like
Allegedly. Allegedly.
But it's always a thing of like, you listen to an entertainer or whatever, but then something happen and it's like, do you still like is it a way to where you can actually like separate, you know, the entertainment or the performance from the performer entertainer? And it is kind of hard because
I think I can do that.
I mean it's
It's okay. It's an extreme example, but okay. Say you got a whatever. We'll just use your brother as an example. You can use your brother.
I
as
do
an
not
example.
condone the
Okay,
thoughts.
y'all grew up together. Y'all got all these bonds in a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, say he accidentally killed somebody or something, or
Wasn't no
intentionally or unintentionally.
Nah,
That nigga.
So it's
that
like,
nigga on his own.
So it's like, okay, of course he made a mistake. That's your brother. You like, okay, it's terrible for both sides. But are you just gonna disown him because of?
Nah, because again, like you said, like
So
if you
you
said,
gotta separate.
well, no,
That
because like
nigga
you
is
said,
on
like
his
accidental-
own.
like if he intentionally, like he was, let's just say it was, you know, some dude that ended up, it was the dude that stole his car. Or
We're just
something
saying
like
it's your child.
Well,
no,
A
like-
child.
that. In
Oh,
that example, like
Don't bring Pharaoh because he's on his own.
Yeah, right. You
well,
saying that now.
in the example, like where he had his car stolen,
Yeah.
you know, if like he hunted the motherfucker down and then like killed him, yeah, I'm gonna condone that shit right there
Why?
because that's like that's
I'm gonna take off
that's
my
killing,
belt.
that's killing an ant with a sledgehammer.
know
I'm not
better.
saying
Nah,
condone
you know
it,
what I mean?
I'm just saying whatever. You know, you still
man.
you still Jonathan at the end of the day, no matter what he did.
It goes
So
back to
it's-
Hitler's parents,
So it's
man.
just like the Kanye, like, okay, yeah, he does all these crazy antics and his ego and stuff he puts in public eye, but if you just look at his pure art form and just take it at face value for whatever that is, it's just like keep that separate from everything.
well that was the sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, that was the same argument that they had with Michael Jackson. It was like,
I'm a
you
big
know,
Michael Jackson fan.
you know,
Yeah.
same. And it was like, you know, he had this, you know, big persona, all this stuff going on, you know, with Neverland Ranch and everything like that.
Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly. But then, you know, you still hear his music everywhere. You know, you listen to his
Do
music.
we
And,
though?
I do.
I mean,
yeah.
like it gets played. Like it,
I play his
I-
music all the time. Watch his
I'm a-
videos.
like I DJ weddings and I
Mhm.
play, you know, some Michael Jackson here and there. I might do R. Kelly depending on because I do like
If they're black or not.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say it. If they're black or
I'm trying
not.
to cater to the crowd.
They was still step in the name of love. It's like,
just about to say that
White
shit.
people can't step in the name of love.
Man, you racist.
You
they
better put on that
walk
footloose.
They can't walk in the name of love. I've done many white weddings. And I'm just like these cannot dance. I never understand how they can do Footloose, but they still
Can't.
they still
be-
mess
yeah.
they still
Killing
mess up
Footloose.
doing the Cupid shuffle.
Because
Like,
they've been
Yeah.
practicing
The
that shit for like
the
2
words-
decades.
so like
in
the words
blood.
are in
Right.
the song. It's to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left.
Just like every nigga know how to dance, don't spill it. It's just in our blood.
Yeah, I just always look. I'm like, y'all can do y'all can do the Footloose dance to a T. Y'all can do Copperhead Road and
like
all
a
those
twist.
but y'all can't do the most simple. They can't even do the cha-cha slide. I'm just
Barely.
like,
You still
this
see
is
people
so
going
sad.
the wrong direction.
not even that. Like the fact that no one knows what the Charlie Brown is.
No one
I'm
knows
just
what
like,
Charlie Brown is. And then you see that one white lady who's doing it, and you're like, she might like black guys.
No, he's talking about just random dances. Like we were doing one gig we did with some high school.
You're
Whatever.
a jerk.
Nah.
Oh.
Oh shit, that's tragic too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
nah, we ended up like the principal pretty much puts a block on us from playing like the apple bottom jeans, whatever the fuck low.
Low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, I got a BC, not a BC Boys, but a Beach Boys version of that, and it's like low, low, getting low. Yeah, and they do the whole woo, like shit. And so once we played that and everything, because we were like, yeah, we heard you guys like apple bottom jeans, and like we ended up playing the song. And we're like kind of like watching for the principal to get pissed off and everything. So when it turned out to be that, we started like doing the twist and everything.
Yeah.
These little bastards actually started doing it. I was surprised.
It's getting kind of sad. DJing with Jonathan, like we just troll too much now. It's like we don't care about these jobs anymore. So
Already
we
got
just,
paid.
Oh, I
we
got to that
just
point.
be
Yeah.
trolling down. It's kind of sad.
I started doing the turn down for what to the ABBA.
Yeah. And it's just like the whole like cha-cha slide is like everybody clap your hands, and you just loop it for like it's just so they're just standing there just clapping the whole time trying to figure out
find
why
yourself
it's still going.
Trolling more for like the high school events or like the
Nah,
weddings.
it's no one's like
for that
Untouchable.
song.
Yeah.
That one.
We troll everybody now.
Yeah.
And it's like when the high school kids are like telling us to skip, I just like get on the mic and tell them to shut up and dance, and I play shut up and dance. It's just like we're just trolling now, and it's kind of sad. Like
No, it's not sad.
we played "Walk It Out" by DJ Unk, and we said this is a song that we made, and then we played it. So it's like they're young, so they don't know. It's like
They probably believed it.
they probably did, but the last time we DJ, we played some country song that they know that wasn't us. And one guy in the audience was like, "Wait a minute, this is like, so it's like
You need to do that again. You need to do that again, and then just give them a copy of Who Got Next.
I want to say I wish I could make a song of like, I mean, a list of like band songs that I don't want played at weddings, because one of them, and it's like the most recent one from last year, that stupid that one from Applebee's, or the Applebee's commercial that every fancy like Applebee's and blah blah. I'm just like, oh my god, it's so annoying. I had it was twice at a wedding. Or I had to like it was like this little girl came up to me and asked me to play it, and I didn't know what it was, and then I heard I was like, no, like part of my soul like died that day. I'm just like, who made this? And it's like a country song, and they use it for the Applebee's commercial. And like to me, the premise is like, I can't afford to take my girl out. But when I have the money, we go into Applebee's for that.
I live in Wichita, Kansas, and the only I'm fine dining when I go to Applebee's.
Well, you're not.
What's wrong with Applebee's?
Have you not seen? Okay,
it's like that Dollar Tree. Yeah,
they make Cheeto encrusted wings. I don't know if anybody heard me. They make Cheetos and Cheetos crusted wings.
I seen a commercial for that.
Flaming hot and regular.
It's not good.
With a new like Mountain Dew.
But I was gonna say, have you tried it though?
No, and I'm not going
I've
to.
tried.
Why not?
I've tried.
You know what? Because KFC did that shit a few years ago where they put fucking Cheetos on the sandwich with a cheese sauce. And I'm just like, nah.
You know
you tried that one,
right?
though.
They just got a brother
Because
I
want to live. That's right.
You ain't lived until you had Cheetos.
They just got a brother in the back eating Cheetos, and he's just rubbing all the chicken wings with his Cheeto fingers.
I would rather live and not have that than die from fucking like cholesterol.
Yeah, right.
What was your best experience?
Wait.
What?
Before we get into that,
What?
we gotta take a quick commercial break.
Oh.
We'll be right back with DJ FroztByte. And we're back to the All Points Podcast. We're here with DJ FroztByte.
You had to think about it.
I was gonna say something else, but yeah, we're here with DJ
What
FroztByte.
you gonna say?
I don't remember. Well, I was gonna say it's
Whatever
Final
you say,
Four and
say
DJ
it.
FroztByte, but he
Oh
doesn't
my
know what
God.
Final Four is. No one knows.
I
No one knows
I
what Final
watched the
Four.
podcast.
Yeah.
That's cute. That's real cute. We got a fan. But so Jonathan, what was the question you was about to ask him?
Well, before I was cut off, I was gonna ask, what's your highlight so far of DJing?
Yeah, like what's your Coachella?
You ever have to bash a nigga in the
Coachella.
head with a chair or whatever?
Someone flashed their breasts at you.
Mhm.
That
We haven't got
Yeah,
that. When a girl flashes your titties at you when you're DJing,
titties.
I think that's when you reach the pinnacle. That's when you made it. Unless it's like an unexpected.
But honestly, I think my highlight, and I have to go back to Peerless before the craziness happened.
Sorry.
It's like literally just having like a full 3-4 hour set, and like starting off having people coming up to me and be like, you know, yeah, change the music, blah blah blah, and then getting like the rest of that crowd just coming in and just rocking to what, like my entire set, like just seeing
That's a good feeling.
like just seeing that confirmation of like you are doing a great job.
Yep.
Like I spent weeks like planning this mix, working on everything like that, and just like the fact that you see that adoration like on people's faces, like seeing them dancing and stuff like that, it is like one of the best feelings.
Yeah.
You know, it legit is. It's like it's something that I think that's the reason why we get into like DJing and stuff like that, or just music, anything in general, is like you want to see like that crowd and see like not even just like the smile, but like just see them just like go get hyped and crazy.
Yeah. Like seeing everybody having a good time because you're creating the atmosphere
Yeah.
to do that. Yeah, I think that is funny though, because that always happens and everything, where there's like one person or one group of people think that like they know what it is and what it ain't, and then the whole group of people and everything comes in and changes that shit, and then they start changing. Oh yeah, I like this song too. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, you only like what everybody else likes.
Yeah, literally. And he's like Kyle said earlier. I always try to play stuff that a lot of people either have heard, but it sounds good, and it it flows in with something else. Like I said, I'd play a lot of like deep house, techno, but then I try to match it with a rap song. And then with that rap song, I'll try to mix it with like a rock song, something like that. Like I do Tyga's Faded with Headstrong by Trapped.
Nice.
Nobody would ever think about that.
What you was gonna say.
Hold on, let me write that down.
I thought you was talking about LL Cool J Headstrong. Hey, great artist still.
You're right.
I mean, look at every rapper right now still in like old 90s samples. Hey, anybody heard that Game and Kanye West song?
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Everybody did that sample. Slim Thug did that sample.
Oh, no. Not the sample.
Talking
Talking about the actual beat.
Oh,
that
the beat.
actual beat is the Beastie Boys' Paul Revere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Or that new JID 21 Savage. It was Miss Fat
stuff.
Yeah, that's Miss Fat Booty by Mos Def.
I'm familiar with that.
Yep. Same.
Man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like what you were saying, how you just mix stuff together and people just get amazed and everyone's feeling it. Like we just recently DJ'd at Terrence's last show that he did earlier this month, and like he had a set in the middle of the show, and like it was kind of funny from a DJ's perspective because everybody was just so amazed. It was like, oh my God. It's like one guy got on the mic. It's like, y'all don't understand. This guy is mixing these songs. This is not a recording. He is. I was like, that's what we do though. It's like,
but even before that, like the first song I played was a Titans by like Noise Storm or whatever.
Yeah.
Like super like techno, like grunge song. Whatever. And the first thing I hear is, what the fuck is this?
Yep.
Like the first thing I hear.
Yep.
And then they hear the next song. And then the next song. And then they hear some rap and then whatever. And it was like, oh. And it was like.
And then you get those two girls who just wanted to have a good time, didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
see,
the
I'm
a
nice DJ. FroztByte, I can't say the same thing. There was this one white girl. She was just dancing, shaking. She was a bigger white girl. That doesn't add anything to the story. But it's always the ones. It's always those ones. But anyway,
she was a very voluptuous, entitled white woman.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sounds like
what he said.
Karen to me.
But he was in the middle of his set, and she just starts throwing out random hip hop. Play Biggie's Juicy.
Oh no,
Notorious.
It wasn't even that. It was.
Yeah.
Can you play some 90s rap?
Yeah, just 90s rap.
Oh no,
play some hip
Cardi
hop.
B, Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
They would like go back over. Then like 10 seconds later. Oh, I'm just like
drunk
like,
too.
I was like, come here.
I'm nice. No. Before you did that,
order for a private party.
I'm nice. I'm just like, okay, we'll get to it.
Well, I was saying that,
but he was like, I'm gonna. No, you clapped on her. I saw you.
Well, no, I told her to come over. Because she couldn't hear me, so I was like, I'm gonna make sure you hear me now. And I was like, I have like this is a set that I already had done, and like not pre-made.
Let them know.
I was like, once I'm done, and we got time, then I will play, whatever.
Yeah, but he did clap on her.
Saying it all nice and gentle and smooth on the mic.
That was Chicago and be like, nah, man, that's the Chicago.
I'm in the middle of a set, B. That's New York.
Yeah. Oh, I have like a little bit of that because it's like all the '90s rap and then all the Deezes and Mero that I be listening to. Yeah, it's like I'm just like, yo, son, blah blah blah. I say yo way too much, and I notice it, and I'm just like, I am not from New York. I'm from Chicago, and we don't even say that there. But I listen to so much like '90s rap, and like '90s and 2000s like New York rap. It's just instilled in me just to say yo and son and all.
Understandable.
You ever like get like really deep into it and the Chicago come out and you saw somebody call somebody Charlie or Joe?
I don't do the Joe. I don't do the Joe.
That's funny.
But I feel like the lady who's requesting songs and drunk, and then the dude that was like, "What the fuck?" I just feel like these motherfuckers ain't never been nowhere.
They ain't been out.
Yeah, I've
see,
never been
that's
in that type of environment.
That's the thing.
They're used
It's
to
because I got that
iTunes, Spotify
Yeah.
playlists.
Yeah, true. But I got that on actually New Year's Eve and day, where I had like this drunk white dude heckling me for like 20 minutes, telling me my music sucked because I'm playing like techno and different stuff.
It's always the drunk white guys.
Then that Saturday, New Year's Day, I had this black chick. I told her I wasn't taking requests and just going off, be like, oh, let's I had a little crew of people like, let's go. He said he ain't taking requests. I done spent over $100 in here. Didn't tip, by the way. Didn't tip the bartenders. And was just like, I spent over $100 in here, and he talking about he ain't gonna take no request. You a goofy, you a lame, blah blah blah. I'm just like, I understand, and it was like, you do realize how stupid you making yourself look, because I could give two shits less.
Yeah, exactly.
Did they not realize how big you are? How tall are you?
6'5".
So, I mean,
For the ladies
You'd be
out
like,
there.
you'd be like, yo,
6'5".
it's like I'm goofy, I'm lame, you spending money, I'm making it. So
Yeah.
like,
they talking
I'm like,
great.
you were spending money, and you get mad because I told you I was taking any request.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
your only argument was, well, it was only 4 or 5 of y'all in here. And I was like, and I told this to the bartender, I was like, the only reason I'm doing anything is because I don't want y'all losing money. And they were just like, dude, we don't care. Usually when it's just us here, it's like rock music and metal music. I'm like, okay.
Man,
Back up there, change up the music.
Why do people act like they money just buy any type of
Yeah.
service?
Yeah,
That's services that aren't even provided. Like,
It don't
I spend
matter where
$100,
it's at.
I should be able to hear these 10 songs that I want requested.
Yeah, and
Not a
the thing
jukebox.
is, right, like you said, like, we're not jukeboxes. Like, we, like, unless you tip us or pay us, be like, hey, do you mind playing this
Flash a
song?
titty.
Well, yeah, it's flash a
But me
titty.
personally, when I go out, I like to hear it. Like, I could play my own music in the car. Like,
Right.
I
Yeah,
can pay
exactly.
it myself. But when I go places, I like hearing shit that I ain't never heard because I put that in my phone or something, and I pull it up, and now I got a new song that I like added to my shit. So.
yeah.
Like, I do the same thing where it's like, depending on where I go, like, I'll be like in the mall or just in the store
Yep.
or like going out to dinner somewhere or even going out to a club, and I'll hear somebody like, oh damn, this sounds good.
Pull out that Shazam.
Yeah, literally Shazam. It's
Yep.
like, cool. And like how I find a lot of my music, it's from like TV shows and movies. Like I said, I found about Keys and Crates from Letterkenny.
Mm-hmm.
Would never expect that.
I could say, oh, good.
A lot of songs I get from like commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's always like the most random places you'll find stuff.
I'd imagine like as a DJ, you probably like hear something and you're already thinking of like how you could like transition it into this
Oh, yeah.
song or get out something like that when you hear something new. So
Yeah.
that's probably like just a constant.
Yeah, it's always the constant thing of like, okay, I like this. How can I mix this into this? Or like how like certain rap songs is like, okay, I know this. Like, okay, I know this sounds familiar to something. What is it, and how can I get it to mix into this? Like that French Montana song, Handstand. That is literally it's big puns.
Right.
It's so hard, but then you could also mix it into What's Love by Fat Joe.
See, I ain't thinking that.
Yeah, and the reason I knew that is because there was another DJ who was like, "Wait, this sounds like something else," and then he was like, "Hey, look up this song," and then I like transitioned into it, and I was like, "Damn, that actually sounds good," and he was like, "Oh no, it's this," and I was like, because it's the first line Big Pun says is like, "Catch me in the black and red 150 or whatever," and that's what French Montana says in the song on that first verse. I'm just like, oh shit.
So get them on there at the same time saying it's double it up.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the DJs here in Wichita? Like,
This is a setup question.
you can
That's what it is.
you can throw shade if you want to.
I know a lot of DJs here.
How do you feel about the market? Like, how do you feel like? Do you feel like it's hard to find work here in the city?
Compared to Garden City?
I mean, compared to Garden City, I mean, it was just with Garden City was hard because they had like their main like 2 people, and then sometimes they bring other people out.
Yeah.
Here, it is a little bit more of a market for DJs because it didn't take me too well. If I should have put in more initiative. I think that's the biggest thing. I probably could have got more gigs and stuff like that if I would have put in more initiative, like when I moved here. But it wasn't really too hard. It is harder to get in like the bigger clubs like Fever and stuff like that. But like getting into like smaller bars and clubs, it's not really just seeing like what they what they want, what they need. Like
Right.
later today, I'm going to be at Clutch House, and you know I've DJed there once before. I had to DJ for someone who I'm not going to name,
Now I want to know.
but I think that's the only time I'll throw shade. For the person, which I know he's not going to see this, but how does it feel to be outshined by someone who's been doing this for 3 years and you've been doing this for 10?
Ooh, got him.
That is the only time I will ever be arrogant about something. Only time, legit.
He tried to be disrespectful.
It wasn't that. It's someone who's trying to put themselves on a pedestal and call themselves a businessman, and then you outdo a job better than them,
Yeah.
and basically I'm going to receive a contract that they didn't want to give him.
Oh, okay.
So basically having a residency, potentially having a residency at Clutch, which he had, but they didn't want to renew with him because I did a better job.
They want the part way.
Clutch House is the restaurant, right?
It was formerly
Titans. Yeah.
Okay.
I still ain't never been.
They didn't like that too much.
They was selling pussy out of there.
8 o'clock tonight, so
Yeah.
y'all can come.
He's like, we got burgers
Come
and
and have some
butts.
wings.
Which ones you want?
But yeah, it's most of the DJs that I've met here are actually really cool. Like they actually do want to help. It's not just a it's all me mentality thing. We're still a lot of DJs I haven't met yet. Like I still haven't met Carbon. I've had the opportunity to just like a couple times. It's just me either being busy or just being lazy, stuff like that. But most of the other DJs that I've met are like super cool, like DJ Low, DJ Barefoot, For the Win. The list goes on and on. It's guys that, of course,
You got to say, Kyle.
No.
You chuckled on a name.
I was because Alex is looking at me.
I'm looking right at him. Like,
Why is he looking at me?
I mean, I'm doing your podcast, so of course I think you're cool.
Well, no, it's not that.
I'm not going to Kevin Durant and be like, I hate your fucking
No,
podcast.
you can talk. I don't care.
We all talk about it about
Yeah.
Kyle. It's all
No
good.
one listens to this. That's cool. I just have a whole different mentality, but it's like maybe it's because I just don't get out there like you do. Because you be out there, bro. You be out there.
Because
And it's like that's how you gotta go out there and show. Like you be sending me flyers to go to shows and stuff, and sometimes it's just like I got a 3-year-old at the crib.
That's
I
exactly
can't
what I was gonna say.
leave.
I was gonna say the power of not having kids.
Like that open mic night. That was
27, about to be 28 with no
Yeah,
kids.
that was
Hey,
rare.
man,
Never been
congratulations.
me going to that open mic
I am the
night.
unicorn of this shit right now.
And
I'm
the
a
thing
black
is,
unicorn.
my wife
I
was
mean-
like telling me to go. She's like, "Yeah, go. Don't worry about it." And I was like, "Oh, cool." I was like, "Cool." But like most of the time, I got the kid, and I just can't do nothing. But
Yeah.
I be wanting to get out.
You
but,
know what?
like
Likewise.
it's not
I think
because I
it's-
don't support you. It's just I can't.
I think it's
I kind of had to see it that way too. Of like, a lot of people have that. Like, a lot of people have their own lives.
Yeah.
Not everybody can go out and do stuff. I had to get out of that mentality of like, I send all this stuff out to people. They all like, and now I've been a couple people who is like, oh, they said they'll come to something, and then they don't, and they're like, oh, I'll come to the next thing. Next thing comes, and they don't come, and it's like
That definitely was me with him. I'm not going. I'm gonna call myself out. I literally told him I'll make it out to the next one. Didn't make it out to the next one.
terrible.
But it's like you have priorities and responsibilities.
Yeah.
It's a lot of motherfuckers that's around my age and stuff who have no priority. Like I actually did my own show, like paid for a venue. It was like $500-$600, paid to get, bartenders to come out. And literally that same day, like it was when it was like August 27th, like 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when all the bars stayed open late till like 2 a.m. or whatever.
ah shit.
And that's where everybody was. I had all these people be like, oh, yeah, for sure, I'm going to come. And no one showed up.
Yeah. You got another show coming up, right?
Yeah, I got one next week on the 28th, which is a Friday at Barleycorns. It starts at 9. I've been telling people it was 10, but it's 9. I'm going to be posting that on everything for the next week and a
guys,
half.
We should go.
What day is this?
Friday.
It's next Friday.
He's
Next Friday.
struggling to make it out with one kid.
We should go.
Nigga,
You got a whole army.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Whole
You
squad.
can bring them.
No.
Set them in the car, turn the heat on.
No. There you
Play
go.
Your favorite song.
No. Just Cocomelon nonstop.
The whole car.
Okay, what is Coco Melon? What is that?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You ain't ready yet. You ain't ready. You ain't ready, young blood. Just
Like,
enjoy your.
my kid.
enjoy your
in
health.
that era.
I'm still used.
Bubble
I'm,
guppies and-
I'm still used to Scooby Doo and the Smurfs and shit
Oh,
like
they
that.
off that.
They're like,
Smurf. What is that?
Cocomelon
I was-
songs gonna get stuck in
it
your
was
head.
great.
You
It
can
was
start jamming along with
The
him.
mom gonna start looking attractive all of a sudden.
I might start putting Cocomelon songs in my DJ
Might as
sets.
well.
Like, why not?
Might as well put them niggas on, man.
No, bring back Flint. No, don't, because they brought back Rugrats, and I'm just like, what is this?
Yeah.
That's a
monstrosity?
disgrace.
So they
Disgrace
done
to
made
my childhood.
they done made Phil and Lil like Latino now.
wait, what?
It's weird. It's definitely weird.
They changed the mom's voice and shit.
Yeah. So I got a question because last time you was telling me about this one gig that you were recently about to pick up in Hayesville in strip club.
Yep.
So how is it DJing in a strip club? Because I personally told you when you told me about it, I was like, I'm not mature enough to go in a strip club just yet, and I don't think you understood what I said. I still giggle at the word boobies.
Kyle gonna be
It's
Kyle
like,
gonna be
I
busting nuts
can't-
under.
No, it's not that.
He's gonna be
I'm not.
hands-free,
I'm
like,
not gross.
Yeah.
I'm not gross.
Yeah, okay.
But like, I'm not
Your
mature
Reddit-
enough.
Your Reddit
But
history would say
You gonna have to like go to the bathroom with your hands in your pockets, right?
No, I'm not. I can control
You gonna have
myself.
to beat off before he goes
It's
in.
just like I'm gonna walk in
clarity.
and act like I'm in like Disney World. Like, oh my god! Like,
Wait,
Wait, have you
seen
never
nothing
been to a
before.
strip
I've
club?
never been to a strip club, bro.
Really?
I don't even know what it's like. Is it
Okay.
like bright like this or is it dark?
No, it's dark.
Yeah,
So-
so, I ain't never seen no.
Oh.
God damn.
So I've this will be the fourth strip club I've worked for.
Nice.
So out of the other 3 that I've done, they're all different.
Do they smell?
Bro,
I just want to know. What do they smell like?
Just go in there. Just go in there and sniff some hair like you Joe Biden.
Man, if you don't
and just
care,
walk out. This nigga act like he be at the strip club all the time, but Eugene don't go to the strip club either.
He be,
But
so
anyway,
they got a chair with just like champagne around it. You know?
probably. Right.
I wish.
Here's your seat, Midwest.
Do you think strip clubs here can afford champagne?
It's just the level of your fascination.
Hey, I'm an open book. I keep it real.
Mind boggles me.
All right, so
I keep it real.
I will say, yeah, there's like somewhat of a smell when you go to certain strip
But
clubs.
it's not a bad smell. Right?
No,
But there's
It's
different
just-
levels of
it's just
strip
body
clubs.
work.
These
Different
are Kansas.
Yeah.
These are Wichita. Kansas.
Have you been to any strip club outside of Wichita?
Yeah.
Have you been to a strip club outside of the city?
Yeah, he went
Where-
to visit Jessica
in
at
Chicago.
work in Magic City.
I've lived in Chicago for 19 years, and
Yeah.
I still have not gone to a strip club in Chicago.
Yeah.
I lived like 5-10 minutes away from a fucking strip club.
What?
Yeah. So where I lived at, I'm from a town called Dalton. It's on the south side. It's they depending on who you talk to, it's not considered Chicago, or it might be depending on who you fucking talk
yeah.
to.
He lived
It's
with the
one of-
white folks.
No, it's
Wait, what?
It's legit black
What's
suburb.
the what street is it close to? Like, you know, what number?
He
street?
lived with some
I
family
was-
matter
I
ass
was
niggas.
148th and Everett.
Ah, you way down there.
Yeah.
All right.
You ever been
So-
to O Block?
Yes. I lived on Everest, and then I used to go over on 65th and stuff like that too.
Wait, how far is that from Blue Island?
Blue Island's not that far from
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Did the
Yeah.
pizza delivery man stop delivering at a certain time on your block?
No.
Oh, then you good. It ain't bad.
Well, I'm about to get into that. So, where I lived at, it used to be a club called the Bi Level, and literally
that
like
sound rough.
yeah, this place used to literally. It used to be always fights or getting shot up almost
Man,
every
this was a
fucking
strip
day.
club.
No, this was a club.
Oh,
This
oh.
was just a regular club.
That's crazy.
It got so bad.
Fuck the
For real. But it got so bad, they shut it down, they tore it down, and now this shit is like a like little strip mall with a nail salon, a Subway, some other shit, and like some little like ghetto
Mini strip club.
No, it's like a little like shitty restaurant called like Jimmy's or something like that. Where everything
Shout out to Jimmy's.
everything in that motherfucker is greasy.
Hey, really, we going to Jimmy's.
Sound delicious.
It is, but it's like
I'm surprised they didn't build a mattress hub.
you would think that, but dog.
Everywhere.
The whatever, I'm pretty sure it's still like the Pepe's, which is a taco place, and the fucking like the bank that's probably still there. It's a CVS, and then it's like a car dealership. So that one 4-way intersection, you getting a bunch of shit.
Man, that's just random. Like, they don't
Yes.
go together. They don't even go together.
No.
Go get your prescription.
But he knows what's up. Just in case you thought he
Go
wasn't
get
from
some-
Chicago.
Like
This man.
where I lived at, like where I went to school and stuff at, it is the most weirdest place because like where my old high school was, Thornridge. It's like if you go to the next block, it's like a bike shop and I think like a Foot Locker and a beauty supply store. Then the next block after that, it's a restaurant called Baba's, which if you look if for real, I know we make the weirdest shit. But then if you stayed like where the high school was and you went across the street, it was another restaurant. It was the barber school and the barber shop itself.
Just
Just like
pipeline right there.
it's like then like if you went down a little further, it was Food for Less, which is basically like Kroger.
We know what
Yeah.
Food for Less
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So it's like
Rest in peace.
no, not rest in peace. It's still there.
It was right down the street from
My
your
bad.
parents' house.
Yeah, it was. It was.
But yeah,
That's a
it's-
Vassar gym.
Like,
Anyway,
it's just all that stuff that's around. And then I'm like, with me living over on Central and Rock, I'm just like, damn, I kind of live kind of the same, but it's not as the same.
Central and Rock is legit though.
It-
It's like middle class America right there.
For
That Dillon's, that's middle class America.
No,
It's like the
that-
bougiest white people.
Oh no,
shit.
that Sprouts.
Yeah,
That's
that Sprouts. Yeah,
it's Gucci
yeah.
Sprouts
Dillon's.
that Sprouts that I'm never going into.
That Chick-fil-A.
And that Chick-fil-A that I'm never
Yeah.
going to.
Mhm. They ain't got
That's
jerk
why it's
40.
always so many car accidents because
Yep.
that
Yep.
Chick-fil-A and that weird ass Dillon's to get out of.
Right.
Yeah, they ain't got a jerk 48 here. That's probably the worst part.
No.
But back to the strip club.
But okay, yes. So strip club. So
God, what answer. Look it up.
I
He
do
hits
wanna-
rocks
so
off.
I
I've
want to
worked.
go to the strip club one day.
I mean, hey, I'll be there next Thursday to DJ.
All right.
But
Forrest
I've
Gump,
worked.
He was trying to get it on with Jenna.
Hey man, Jenny was an evil villain. She was the villain of that movie, and I got a whole
she
thing
was.
about that. She's a terrible
She was
person.
the originator of the
She's a
thought.
terrible person. Anyway, back to the strip club.
But okay, so I've worked at Executive Lounge, I've worked at Pleasures, and I've worked at Glamour Girls, and now I'm currently working at Showtime Cabaret. That's out. in
Showtime Cabaret. You can catch them on Thursday nights.
Yep.
DJ
Thursday and
FroztByte.
Saturday.
Thursdays and Saturdays.
Possibly Tuesdays, depending.
Possibly. Dang, strip clubs be open, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Ah.
You ever
Launder all
you
that
ever get
drug money.
a discount or free lap dance?
No.
Hold on, real quick. You said you was talking about me in strip clubs. That freestyle I did to Eminem Superman. That whole song
This
was
nigga,
about a
okay.
strip club.
All right,
that whole
yeah.
song was about. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Go listen to it.
The song that never got put out. Anyway,
But so every strip club has like the different rules and stuff that they do. Like certain strip clubs, girls have like a 2-song set. You know, they get up like a lot of places. It's considered like a bikini bar where it's going to be topless. Pleasures is all nude. They do 3-song
like
sets.
100% nude.
100%.
Dang, I thought it was just tops.
No,
Wow.
dude.
I'm glad I'm knowing this now. I would have went in there and just like lost it.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
whoa.
He'd have to walk around with his hands in his pocket.
I mean, I can control myself.
Jizz
I
in
think
your
they're the
pants.
only one in like in Wichita
Really?
who is all dude.
He did-
Glamour Girls, that's the fucking ratchet spot. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is the ratchet spot.
And that's where we going.
Go. Hey.
I heard all the old heads be.
Put your bulletproof vest on. Should be happening over there. But like I said, it all just depends. Honestly, like Pleasures, it actually was decent. The only thing is like being a DJ, especially for like strip clubs, you kind of like, well, at least for me personally, because I was never really a big strip club person. Like my first time ever going, I was like 21, 22.
Mhm.
And I used to go to the one in like it was 2 miles outside of Liberal. It was like going in like it was
This
like
dude
on
be around all the white people towns. Like, God,
so
liberal?
because when I lived in Garden, there was nothing in there.
Yeah.
And so all the people that I knew, they kept talking about it was a strip club like outside Liberal or whatever. It's like literally you cross the border of Oklahoma and then like 2 miles later, you are like it's literally a strip club there. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere.
That's crazy.
It's called Duke's. I don't know if it's still there. I haven't been to this shit in fucking
Duke
years.
sounds rough.
No, it was actually a cool ass place. But like that was the first one I've ever been to. You know, chicks were cool, but me and my friend, because we had never been to a fucking strip club. You know, we go there on a Saturday night, and nobody, like, before I knew exactly where it was, everybody kept saying it was in Liberal. So I'm like driving around for like an hour or two. I'm like, where the fuck is this place? We stopped to get gas. I asked the guy behind the place. He was like, oh yes, you know, over there, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
We get there, it's like 1:40, and they about to shut the shit down. So our dumbass is like, man, we going on Sunday and blah blah blah, like early. We get there, it's like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, like in the evening. Like girls are
off of work.
no, girls are like not even dressed yet. That's how
Dang.
like that's how
Early.
Wait,
that's
what
how
do you
early
mean
we
they're
go.
not dressed? Isn't
What's
that
the
the whole
strip-
point of a strip club?
No, they're
Man,
just
this is
getting
like
there.
They haven't- okay, they haven't
basketball
changed
game.
yet.
You arrive to the arena,
We're-
stretch, you get your gear on,
Yeah.
you get ready.
It's
you
like
hit the floor.
they just walking in, like about to change until they shit, whatever. And like we just sitting there like having drinks, listening to music or whatever.
It's like going to a movie theater like super early.
Yeah.
You just sit there
Is there
playing
like-
Newbie games.
What is up with those movie
Stay out
games?
to IMAX.
Well, like we had fun, and then like we went for like a few like months straight, like on the weekends, and then it was just like, all right, we gotta stop coming here before we come regulars.
They knew you by name.
I don't think they knew us by name. They didn't know us by name.
But y'all
They-
tipped though.
Yeah, we
Okay.
tipped
Like-
like because that was the one thing I knew about like Chicago was like, and for me listening to like different people was like, make sure you tip because that's how you get attention or whatever.
That's why I can't go.
He only
Yeah, I was
tipped
gonna
for
say,
wearing
cheap, bro.
rollerblades.
Yep.
I'm cheap.
Like,
I
oh,
can't
man.
tip.
I remember. I heard.
I'll
that
go
one.
window
Yeah.
about the
That's what I was
Sonic.
about to
Yeah,
say.
bro.
About the Sonic.
I'll walk into a strip club and go window shopping in a heartbeat. Like
see-
this dude's
Hey,
making
Kyle,
it rain. I'll just
50%
stand
on
there.
you.
Probably get like exact change.
I mean, I've had that too because I went to a strip club in Denver and it was just like it was like one black girl or whatever. She was thick as fuck, and it was just dudes just like fucking making
Yeah.
it rain on her.
I ain't gotta do
Because-
nothing.
And I go like all the other girls in there look like every porn star now. We're just like skinny white girl,
Right,
no
red
ass,
showing.
no titties,
Yeah.
fucking like rainbow colored hair, and I'm just like, and they wasn't getting no attention. But then this one chick was getting just like,
Ghetto booty.
like the thickest one in there. I'm just like,
a pancake mix.
and I'm just like, I spent $15 to get in here, and I was only here for probably like 10, 20 minutes. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is bullshit.
I don't see the point of strip clubs. I'm like, you basically paying to get blue balls. And
I
whatnot.
say the same thing. Like in those words exactly.
It's not gonna
verbatim.
happen to me, guys.
Yeah.
You gotta go to the bathroom.
That's literally what it's. Because like here's the thing, like if you ever go to a strip club, the girls aren't really interested in you.
Yeah, of course.
Like they just want the money.
Oh,
They're
they
like,
they don't love me.
it's like going to Hooters and
Literally,
expecting-
Wait,
which
what?
I've never gone to Hooters.
Christina doesn't love me.
But
And
it's
they do a lot of drugs.
She said I'm her favorite.
or like,
acid.
but the whole thing is like they come over. Some strip clubs, yes, like they do enjoy somebody who actually will have a conversation. But then they got to do what they got to do, get on stage or whatever.
So I was watching episode 3 of Peacemaker, and they like
Well,
that
no, 'cause, like,
conversation.
No, because I go to one club called like Lizzie's. I don't go there all the time, but I know people that used to work there and do work there, and I don't spend cash there. I'll get like a couple beers, whatever, and I'll literally I'll have conversation with the bartenders, with the girls, and all that stuff. Not having to spend like really money on them,
Yeah.
but they enjoy having that conversation because a lot of dudes just go in there and be like thinking they trying to fuck or
like-
do whatever.
Are you having conversations with girls and their titties just out?
Yes.
That's weird to me. I can't do it. I can't do it. That's
mean,
weird.
They ain't gonna be like my eyes are up here. I mean,
Yeah.
titties are out. So.
Yeah.
Which like they had their modes where it's like they like girls are sexual anyway. Yeah, it is like
More
them.
than
They say,
us. You would
yeah, it's true.
trust me.
But it's like they'll say like the crazy sexy stuff, and then we'll have like conversation about fucking like anime or music or like just random day to day shit.
That's crazy.
I wanna see like somebody come out that's like some anime theme song or some shit, you know? Like that'll make my night. I'll tip that shit.
Shit, we had a '90s 90s party at Pleasures when I worked there, and I had one girl dance the Power Rangers theme song. She got pissed.
Oh god, yeah.
I'm not mature enough for that.
They come out to like the intro of the Lion King or some shit.
Start dying.
I don't look like somebody threw a snack pack at his pants.
That is the one day I will never forget.
Why do y'all think I'm just gusher over here? Just kind of busted as soon as I walk through the door. Like
Just a whiff of it.
I can control myself.
Hey, you was the
I
one
keep telling y'all.
You was the one that was saying on the last episode
No.
that like, you don't get it every night.
It's
So.
Oh yeah.
just not some. I'm not some fiend, y'all. Like,
Whatever.
golly.
You like, whip a titty out.
But I would never forget that day of that 90s party. So backtracking to what he said earlier was like he don't know how I am like timbre wise as like a DJ or whatever. That was the one day I went off in that fucking place. I thought I was getting fired that day. So that the same girl who I played the Power Rangers theme song for, she's like this little 19-year-old chick, don't know shit.
A Gen Zer.
And so
She was new to the game.
she gets pissed because she was like, "Why you playing all this rock shit? Why you play Aaliyah? This and that, blah blah blah." And I was like, "I played Aaliyah for you earlier."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, you only did that because like our boss had to come over and tell me." I'm like, "No, he didn't. I already had it queued up." And then she said some shit, and I was like, "Why don't you get your ass on stage and make my money?" And she was like, "What did you say?" And I dropped the music. Like, it was silent as fuck. I grabbed the microphone. I was like, I said, "Get your ass up there and make my fucking money."
That's that Chicago coming at you. That pimp.
Literally, like, went the fuck off. Like, no, like, you have never seen it, and none of y'all will probably ever see it. But like, it is a mode where like I get tired of people's shit, and like I hold it in, and I know I need to stop holding it
That's
in.
when the
but, like,
Damien comes out. Huh?
literally, yeah,
He gets it.
I do. And it's like, because the one thing you gotta know about like a lot of strip clubs is you are not these girls' friends.
Yeah.
Like, they treat you like nice or whatever for like a few weeks, maybe, like depending on. But then if you fuck up like once or twice, that's when like they will be on you.
So that's from the DJ's perspective. I thought
Yeah.
so. Dang. So they don't even. Wow.
Because
So who are the strippers' friends? Other strippers and security?
Those
Right.
little
Or just-
green things that
Yeah,
come flying
yeah,
out.
yeah,
for
the
themselves.
Benjamin Jackson.
Some of
Washington.
the girls actually are friends with each other and they hang out outside of that place. But a lot of them is literally like they just there to do a job. Like I've seen girls like fight each other
Mhm.
in the
Wow.
club. I've seen one girl fight one of the girls, one of the fucking waitresses and bartenders, and the manager.
Damn,
One of the
Wow. She's
And
about
she
her
Just
money.
knocking motherfuckers out.
Now she's a UFC fighter. No.
no.
Do you draw any inspiration from Jamie Foxx in all this? From a Players Club, anything
No.
like that?
No, like I never like the first time I did a strip club DJing, and like they at Executive Lounge, these motherfuckers told me that I wasn't fit to be a DJ there, and it was and this is the reason why. It's because they basically wanted me to talk while the girls were dancing to the music. I'm just like, so you just want
commentate.
you just want me nonstop talking just for people
Like
to
you-
to spend moment. I'm like, that makes no sense.
That makes
You
no
at the
sense.
I'm just like,
part.
I'm not the one on stage. Nobody's trying to pay attention to what the fuck I'm trying to say in a strip club. They're trying to see them dance.
Yeah.
Clap them cheeks.
Nobody wants to hear, "All right, guys, make your way over to that stage. Pay, tip these gorgeous ladies." Blah blah. Like nobody wants to hear that for a duration of like a 2-3 minute song.
Like a DJ drama over a mixtape.
Yeah. Or fucking, or Pete Diddy over any fucking song.
Another one.
No, fucking Pete Diddy on the fucking special delivery.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
lean back, motherfuckers. What now?
I think I would pay for it just if you had Scoop doing that shit.
Oh god.
Now we got the next one coming to the stage. Here go Roxy.
But no,
Nah.
Yeah.
Or rest in peace, Louis Anderson.
Ah, shit.
Coming to the stage.
What is different was like you call the girl up, and then be like, all right, she's doing another song. Whoever else is on standby, call off the stage, say whatever like specials that they have for that day, and then call the next girl up. And then
Just
here and
rotate.
there, be like, guys, make sure you get up to the stage, get a closer look, blah blah blah. Make sure you tip in the goal.
Don't
make sure you
touch.
tip in the late. Yeah, really.
Get a closer look.
no, I
Check
used
those
to-
ingrowns.
like certain clubs you can touch.
Word?
Yeah.
This nigga.
No, like legit, like
Some of them got dress codes.
Guy won't come in with the big pants then.
Bag and sagging bear.
it is certain clubs like you can't touch. It's like as long as you ain't fucking touching pussy, like you good. Or it's like if they come from like,
it's not even worth it.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you can touch boobs, you can touch ass. Just like some girls that
I
smack
wouldn't
the ass,
want
whatever.
to.
Did y'all hear that? Like.
Stank.
What?
I don't know what that is.
Anyway,
But
hey. Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, it just all depends on like what club you go to. Like I said, it's Lizzie's to me. I like going there because but the atmosphere. It's not just girls being like, "Oh, hey, pay me," blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah.
It is actually chill vibe. Pleasures. I liked working there because, well, I liked it and I hated it because the one thing I hated about working there is you were kind of like the babysitter to the to the girls, to the strippers,
Mhm.
because whenever they came in. Usually, in each strip club is like they'd have a board or something. The girls would write their name on, or they would come up to you and be like, "Hey, I'm ready to go. Put me on the list." With them, it was checking to see when they were ready and what they doing and blah blah. I'm just like,
Mm.
I'm not nobody's fucking butler. I'm not a servant. I'm not like that.
You daddy though.
I'm not trying to be that. Shit.
know
But it's
they-
just like, my main goal is to make sure that they get on stage, play whatever song or music that they want to hear, and then call the next girl, and then promote whatever they got going on.
Exactly.
Not to be like, oh, hey, you're supposed to be on stage right now.
Mhm.
Do you want me to? Are you ready to go? Do you want me to put somebody else on this shit? And then seeing who's all there. That's the one thing I did hate about that place, because it's just like I'm supposed to be the DJ, and then you got me being like house dad.
Yeah. Man, what would you say your favorite, song is? I mean, this is two-part, not really related or anything like that, but our other host, Sam, I remember him saying that the song that he would come out to if he was a stripper was that tip the toe, do the tulips or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
SpongeBob thing.
That's some psychotic
Tiny
stuff.
Tim. That's what it was.
Yeah. He's saying that's the song he would come out and dance to.
That'd be
Like, you
hilarious.
fucking crazy,
but
yeah.
Same time, like, damn, this motherfucker serial killer.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they need though. They need
If I was a stripper, and I got, it'd probably be like a rock song or something.
Yeah. Nickelback?
No, not Nickelback.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would.
Wonderwall?
I would do Nickelback.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care. I don't.
You know what
I
I'll come
don't
out
mind
to?
Nickelback.
What would you come out to?
I would
It
come out to Nelly. It's the Midwest swing.
yeah.
Wow. Bravo, Sam. Bravo.
I'm really trying to think because like it would be some kind of like rock
Waiting for
song.
that one.
Probably like something like Metallica or something.
Mhm.
Because like
No
You-
leaf
you-
clover.
it's
I
got to
mean-
be something that like hits hard, where it's like you can dance to, but then you get people's attention.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, thank you, DJ FroztByte, for being on the show. That was a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got anything you want to plug? You want to plug your shows and sets and all that stuff where they can find you?
Well, I'm pretty sure this ain't gonna come out in like the
Don't
next
tell.
half hour, or whatever. But I'll be at Clutch House in about an hour. So let me see what time is it right now.
If you're listening to this
Yeah,
now,
about-
you missed it. It was dope.
Yep.
He tore it up.
Yep. But yeah, next Friday, January 28th, I'll be at Barleycorns. It's at 9:00, $5 cover. Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm usually at Blue Nightclub. There from about 10 to close. Check me out there. Barleycorns or Jerry's Wednesday and Thursday just for open mic jams. I'm always helping other guys out when I can. It's probably gonna be more Wednesdays than Thursdays now since I'm starting to work at Showtime Cabaret. We're gonna be grand opening will be this Tuesday because we had some stuff happen, but grand reopening back on next Tuesday. So look out for that. Really, that's about it. Then I got patreon.com /Stay Frozty, STAYFROZTY.
Real quick, and you don't have to say anything. Well, I mean, you do have to say something. Is DJing your main job?
Yes,
Okay.
it is like literally full time.
Okay, that's dope.
It's like
Yeah.
I
All
work,
in.
Yeah.
I work for a wedding company. I've been with them for 2 years. then like I said, my last job was working at FedEx out by the airport, and
okay.
I quit. I was like, I got tired of like my body always hurting, you know, because like I said, I've been doing this for almost like 10 years of like warehouse factory stuff,
Right.
and that takes a toll. I'm only 27, and I feel like I'm like 50.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know, all that like it's just all that like heavy lifting. Like I had one job. I used to work at Tyson, and every day it was like 30 to 80 or 80-pound boxes, or like that's just regular. Like frozen, it's like close to up to 100 pounds.
Yeah.
But like
Did
doing
you ever
that,
have to beat the meat?
but doing that between 8 to like
take you nowhere.
yeah, but doing that between like 8 to like almost 16 hours a day of just like constant crazy work, like not knowing when I was coming home, or like having to come in on Saturdays. They telling you, oh, you know, we're gonna be here a couple hours, and then the next thing you know, it's fucking 8 o'clock the next morning. Sun's already out,
Man.
and you tired of shit. So I got to that point where I'm just like, I liked what I did because it is hard work, and that's what my parents, you know, told me to do, and I have that value, and like I know what I'm going to do, but at the same time, I should not have to wake up in the morning and be like, I feel like I'm going to die.
Well, that's what's up. Just taking all that and betting on yourself. That's the
I appreciate that.
Yep.
I respect it.
yeah.
It sucks sometimes because sometimes you get broke, but then stuff happens just like today.
Right.
So, yeah. You can always rob the strip club.
Yep. Or you can just get up on that pole.
I was gonna say they need an open pole night or something like that.
they have that at Glamour Girls.
Oh, God.
If any females looking for a job,
No females.
You get
listen
that
to this.
discrimination.
There you go.
But this has been the All Points Podcast. You've been checked in with the freshest crew and DJ FroztByte. Go ahead and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Check out our YouTube. We got videos up. If you don't like listening to us and you like to see our faces, then look us up on YouTube. So we got that going for us. TikTok, you know, we got a cute little TikTok going on right now.
this is cute.
Check
It's
that
cute.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm still not on that train.
hey man, hey, we wasn't either, but you know, we gotta go where the
Bitches is.
I'll stick with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, all DJ FroztByte. Forgot to plug
DJ
that.
FroztByte. We'll put your name in the description below or whatever the hipsters say in their YouTube videos.
in the Chiron.
Right. But I go by the name of Kyle, aka Three Fingers.
It's Jonathan the Great.
Since you name dropping over here, it's Magic City Midwest.
He was holding on that all episode.
It's called improv. Homie.
He was holding on to that.
Improv.
And this is A2.
And go ahead and shout yourself out one more time.
And I'm DJ FroztByte, man. Stay frosty.
And we
Out of here.
Peace.